Okay, we're live. We are live. We are live. We are live on Instagram. Hey guys. Hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness, I don't have my book here. I hope it's not far away. Okay, it's here. Alrighty. So of course we give it time such that Instagram alerts everyone that the room has started. And I'm going to go to Clubhouse and I'm going to start the room also on Clubhouse because that's the drill. That's how it goes. That's the drill. That's how it goes. So, yeah, I'm going to start the room on Clubhouse. Yay! I have started it. I've started it. So, I'm going to give it a moment such that everyone can come in. Hello, hello. Hey, you guys. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Welcome to One Scholarship a Day. Welcome to One Scholarship a Day. Hello Kweku, hello Masa, hello Capelli, hello Michael, hello Tangi. Welcome to One Scholarship a Day. And for those on Instagram, thank you guys so much for joining me on One Scholarship a Day. Thank you guys so much for joining me on One Scholarship a Day. So let me just start. My name is Sylvie, and I am the founder of learnhowtogetascholarship.com, and it is a website where we curate scholarships for international students, and we prepare students to apply for scholarships. We do that through group classes, through one-on-one classes, and through standalone services. So if you want to figure it out, please go to the website learnhowtogetascholarship.com and book. And recently we have introduced scholarship tutoring. So we are creating a community where scholarship seekers and scholarship grantees can be connected such that they can work together, and your tutors are going to help you. If you already have a scholarship, your tutors are going to help you from the start till the end of your scholarship application process. So if you are a scholarship grantee, please go to the website and book sign up to be a tutor. And if you are searching for a scholarship, you're a scholarship seeker, go to the website also and sign up such that we can connect you with scholarship tutors. Alrighty, I have a YouTube channel, you guys, so I hope everyone knows about it. If you don't, please do well to know about it. It's also called Learn How to Get a Scholarship. But if you are on Clubhouse and you tap my face, just scroll right down to my Instagram, you're going to find the link to there's a Linktree link in my bio, and that is going to take you to the YouTube channel. When you go there, please subscribe, and when you subscribe, turn the notifications on, because there's 5 fully funded scholarships at the bachelor level. You all know how hard it is to get to fully funded scholarships at the bachelor level. So I'm going to put up that video on Saturday, so you want to turn on the notifications such that you're informed when the video goes live. And also, this conversation is brought to you by the Study Abroad Club here on Clubhouse. So if you're new to the room, please do well to click that tiny house above my head, go and follow the club, and I'm going to invite you all to be members. Alrighty, normally when I talk on scholarships, I always say get a pen and a paper. But on One Scholarship a Day, you do not have to, because I'm going to tweet out the link to the scholarship. I'll tweet out the link to the scholarship. So if you do not follow me on Twitter, please definitely go and follow me on Twitter, because you are going to find the links to the scholarships there. I started One Scholarship a Day on May 19th, 2021. So if you scroll through my Twitter feed, it's a great resource where you can get links to tons of scholarships. And because there is always confusion as to is this the website? Is this the website? I decided to be taking the screenshot of the official page of the scholarship, and I put it in my Instagram stories. So definitely when you check the link on Twitter, definitely go to my Instagram story such that you can compare. So go follow me on Instagram such that you can see, compare, and be sure that you are on the right page. Alrighty, I'm excited about our scholarship for today. I don't know why, for some weird reason, we keep finding scholarships to the US. If you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, I'm sure you all had already watched the video that I put out last weekend, because I mostly try to put up this bigger videos over the weekends. So I put out a video last weekend on top 2 fully funded scholarships to the US, where I was doing a comparison of the Hubert Humphrey Scholarship Program and the Hubert Humphrey Scholarship Program and yes, Harvard Scholars Program. I don't remember the name. Harvard University Academy Scholars Program. I think that's the name of the scholarship. So today is August 12th, and our scholarship is also to the US, you guys. Our scholarship is to the US. I was in a clubhouse room this morning, and someone was like, "Can you give me scholarships to the US?" And I was like, yeah, there are scholarships. So this is adding to our list of scholarships to the US. So definitely, check this particular scholarship out. And when I tweet out a link to the scholarship, you all go check it out. And then you decide if you are going to be applying to the scholarship or not, okay? And if you're not going to be applying for it, that's okay. Please be a vessel. Spread it out to a friend, a brother, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, anyone in your local church, anyone in your local community. Tell them about the scholarship such that they can go apply for it. So our scholarship today for August 12th is the Edward Wilson Biodiversity Postdoctoral Fellowship. It is called the Edward Wilson Biodiversity Postdoctoral Fellowship. So just a little bit of background about the scholarship. So actually this scholarship was it was like started from like a founding gift from this person who is called Edward Wilson, and he was like a faculty curator at Harvard University, and he decided to provide some kind of funding for students to go study at the university. So the eligibility for the scholarship is that you need to have a PhD. Of course, it's a postdoctoral scholarship, so you need to have had a PhD before you apply for it. And then all the formal requirements for a doctoral degree must be completed before the start of the fellowship. So there's sometimes, most times when you see even the other Harvard University scholarship program, I don't know if you all saw it, you could actually apply while you are still a PhD student. But the difference is that for that particular school, for the other Harvard academic program, the difference is that when you apply when you're still a PhD student, you're paid $35,000 as like all your support for the program. But when you finally get your PhD, it is boosted up to $70,000. So in this program also, it lets you apply when you are still a PhD student. So if you are still a PhD student, you can apply for this particular scholarship. It says that the fellowship is open to both US and non-US citizens. So that means that from all parts of the world, you can apply for this particular scholarship. And you need to identify at least one faculty curator who has agreed to supervise you for the fellowship. We were talking about that maybe we should have a room on cold emailing professors, or that was the question that they were asking this morning about how do you reach out to professors. And sometimes when you cold email professors, they don't reply. What do you do? And we're just brainstorming on that in a room here on Clubhouse. I don't know if anyone here was part of the room, but this is one of those things where you have to reach out to a professor, right? And then the professor says yes. And then when the professor says yes, then you can go ahead and apply to the particular scholarship program because you have a professor. So that topic, the topic of how do you cold email a professor, what are the procedures where you can get to reach out to a professor, how should the emails be structured in case the professor doesn't respond, what should you do? That is definitely a topic that we should talk about more, because I think that master students also, sometimes with reference to some scholarships, you have to get a professor, and PhD students, you need to get a professor, and here we are seeing postdoc students, you also need to get a professor. So I think we should have a conversation about that. I'm not sure when we are going to do that. Duta is here, so maybe we can figure out when we are going to organize for that kind of a room. But this is a very important part of applying for scholarships, right? Getting a professor. Alrighty, so it says, let us talk about the criteria for selection. It says that first you need to have fully developed your research program. Whatever it is that you're researching about, you need to have fully developed it. Of course, because they are probably, if you're going to be a PhD student applying for this, you need to be either in your second year or in your third year. Well, if you're doing a 3-year program, such that, or in your 4th year, if you're doing a 4-year program, such that you already have concrete ideas on what you want to research about. You already know your contribution to the field of studies, because that is always extremely important. What is the research gap? And that research gap is extremely important, right? So they say you need to have fully developed that. And then let us get to the money. Let us get to the money, you guys. It says, oh man, this is good. So you're going to get a stipend of $55,000 a year. Of course, it's not up to the other one, the one that we spoke about over the weekend, the Harvard University Academy Scholars Program. It's not as much as that, but at $55,000 per year, that's not small, right? And then it says that you're eligible to other benefits. You'll be given a research and travel allowance of $4,000 annually, and you have a flexible start date, so you can start anytime within the first 12 months of when your fellowship program starts. You can start anytime within that first 12 months. And you need to live around the Cambridge area, like where Harvard is located, right? You need to live around that area. And it says they are going to negotiate for allowances to relocate. So maybe if you're located in some part of the world, they are going to somehow support you in case you're to move to Cambridge and live there in order to go through your study program. So those are the details of the scholarship. And then let's go to what documents are you going to need in order to get through it. A cover letter. Duta is here. Duta is an expert in helping students write cover letters and a statement of purpose. So on the website, when I say we curate scholarships for international students and we prepare students to apply for scholarships, one of the things that we do is work with students to help them structure their personal statements or their cover letters, so or their statement of purposes. So you can actually reach out to Duta. You can see her here, and we can talk about how to, you can book and we'll connect you with her such that she can work with you in order to get that ready such that you can apply for the scholarship. And then you need a research proposal, which is also one of the things that we do. And a research proposal is extremely important for whatever scholarship you're applying for, either at the master's level, at the PhD level, or at the postdoc level. That is why when on our website, we make sure that we also help students with figuring out research proposals, right? Because it's a whole process. But it says you need a research proposal. It shouldn't be longer than 4 pages and it's single-spaced. And it should describe the scope of your project, the nature of the methods that you're going to use, and then the laboratory equipments that you need, and then the faculty that you intend to work with, like the professors, right? And then you need to also present a research budget, like how much are you going to need to do your research. This is actually one of those aspects of scholarships that we always think about. How much are you going to need in order to carry out your research? And it can, there are templates. I've seen templates that students use in order to figure out so that they don't miss some things out. And if you all are struggling with figuring out those templates, you all can reach out to me and I'm going to see if I can send you all some. And then a curriculum vitae, of course, you need your curriculum vitae. And then up to 5 pertinent publications. So I hope that if you're going to be applying for it as a PhD student, you already have your publications, and then 3 letters of recommendation from professors that are not connected to Harvard, okay? Of course, not connected to Harvard, because what is the essence? The essence is that they want scholars from all across the world. And if you're applying from any part of the world, you will be applying with the recommendation from your personal supervisor, right? So it's the person who will not be connected to Harvard. And then you're going to have an interview somewhere along the line. So that is the details for our scholarship for August 12th. I'm going to tweet out the link to the scholarship. I'll tweet it out. If you do not follow me on Twitter, definitely go ahead and follow me on Twitter, because I'm going to tweet out the link to the scholarship. And as I said, I have been curating scholarships and talking about one scholarship a day since May 19th. So if you scroll through my Twitter feed, you'll see tons of links to different scholarships that you can apply for in case you are researching scholarships for 2021, 2022. So while I tweet out the link to the scholarship, for those that are here on Clubhouse, Ruth, Nduta, Kweku, Michael, Tangi, Gary, Lou, Sad, Mary, Albertina, Gina, and on Instagram, there's all your names are on the screen so I can see. Please, if you have a question for those on Clubhouse, feel free to raise your hand, come up on stage. We can chit chat. Let me know, are you all searching for scholarships? And I always say that it's always good that you all tell me what you're searching for, because in the course of my research, I may find something something and I shoot it your way. So if you are there and you're searching for scholarships, feel free to raise your hand, come up on stage, let's chit chat for a bit. And for those that are on Instagram, if you have a question, put it in the comment section and I am going to answer it while I tweet out the link to the scholarship, because it will be good to be listening to someone else while I tweet out the link to the scholarship. All right, we have some hands raised, so I'm going to bring you up on stage. Please, when you come, mute your mic. Alrighty, please mute your mic, please mute your mic, please mute your mic, and then we are going to get to you in a bit. Alrighty, okay. So we have alrighty. Okay, we have lots of hands raised. All right, y'all wait a bit, please. When you come up on stage, just mute your mic, okay? Just mute your mic, and I'm going to come to y'all in a bit. I'm going to come to y'all in a bit. Alrighty, okay, I think I've invited everyone who raised their hand up on stage. Alrighty, hello Mary, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Do you have a question or you have a resource to share with us? And everyone, I'm tweeting out the link to the scholarship right now. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, go and follow me so that you can get the links. Mary, go ahead.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Mary. I'm from Nigeria. I'm not on any scholarship right now, but I'm here so that if I can get one to do my master's, I will appreciate. And how will I get it? I don't know. So I said, let me join your group and find out how I can go about it.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Mary, for raising your hand, coming up on stage and asking your question. How do you get a scholarship? The first thing is to apply, right? If you're going to, how do you get a scholarship? How do you get a scholarship? How do you get your studies paid for? You apply, right? And the process to apply is always first finding out the links to the scholarship. And I always tell you, just check my Twitter feed. You're going to see tons of scholarships. If you check my Instagram page, you're also going to see the websites of the scholarship in my Instagram stories. And on my YouTube channel, I have a series there called Top 10 Fully Funded Scholarships for International Students. So if you actually just binge watch that series and take notes, what you're going to get from it is that you're going to get tons of scholarships that you can apply for. And the first thing that you can do, Mary, is one, find these links. And then when you found those links, if you go to Twitter, you're going to find some links. If you go to YouTube, you're going to find you're going to find a ton of scholarships. So you have to like take notes about them and then find those links. When you find those links, come up with take a Google sheet, and on that Google sheet, on one page, on each page of that Google sheet, write down the list of the scholarships that you're finding. And the first thing as you find a scholarship, go through the eligibility criteria. Are you eligible to apply for the scholarship? Read through those eligibility criteria, look at it. If you are not eligible, it's fine. Drop it, move to the next one. Drop it, move to the next one till you find the ones that suit you. And all scholarships always have an application process. They will tell you, all right, these are the documents that you need. Just as I was reading our scholarship for today, you could see they said that they want a cover letter, a research proposal, a research budget, a CV, publications, and then recommendation letters. Those are 7 things that you need. Those are 8 things that you need, right? So when you put together that application folder, what you now have to do is you now send it over. Most times they always have like either an email that you can upload it to it, or sometimes they have an application platform that you can go through it in order to apply, and then you can apply for the scholarships. Is that okay, Mary?
Yes, that's okay. Thank you so much. I will go to your Instagram to check them out and pick out the one I'll be able to apply for. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sounds good. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Hey, Lou, thank you so much for joining us on stage. Do you have a question or you have some resources to share with us?
Thank you for the opportunity. I actually do have a single question. I just want to find out, is it better to look for a fully funded scholarship or to just get a partially funded scholarship? And also, what are the procedures for applying for such scholarships the same throughout?
Alrighty, thank you so much for asking your question. Actually, the procedures are usually the same. It doesn't matter if it's a fully funded scholarship or a partially funded scholarship. Going back to which one should you apply for, I'll ask you the question, what is priority to you? How is your family financial situation looking like? How is your financial situation looking like? If you apply for a partially funded scholarship, let's say that the tuition fee is £20,000 to a university in the UK, and you're given £10,000, can you come up with the rest? can your family come up with the rest? That's the question to ask, right? And if your family can come up with the rest, then you can then say, okay, cool, I can apply for it, and I'm going to raise the remaining funding by myself and apply. But if your family cannot come up with the funding, if you cannot come up with the funding, then you target fully funded scholarships. And of course, they have like a huge, the competition is high. They have many resources that many documents that they ask for. Of course, that is the process of it. But in going through all of it, you see that that is the need. That is based off of your need. There are actually some scholarships that are also based off of need, like how much can your family bring through, and then they are going to fill up the remaining bucket. I don't know. There was a scholarship that we talked about. Let me check. I don't know if it was the Transform Together scholarships for international students at the University of Sheffield. I don't remember exactly, but the funding is structured in a way where your family is going to show how much you can come up with, and then they are going to pay for the rest, right? So sometimes it can also happen that way. All scholarships differ. That's why it's always important to first get the information about the scholarship, see how the funding is structured, see if it suits your needs, and application process is usually the same. It really doesn't matter. There are some scholarships, for example, the Sciences Post Scholarship. I don't know if you all missed that. If you all missed any of this one scholarship a day, all the information is actually on YouTube because I record this and I put it up there. So the Sciences Post Scholarship is structured in a way where the funding, the funding structure. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. The Sciences Post Scholarship is structured in a way where the funding of it. Let me see if I can pull up the link very, very quickly. Oh man, alrighty. Yeah, okay, it's going to take a while. The way the funding structure is, it's actually at Sciences Po, but it's the Emil Bodmy scholarship. The funding is structured in a way where if you can apply to the scholarship within a particular, I think it's like within a particular period of time, they give you some let me check the website. Lou, I'm going to come back to the question about the funding for the Sciences Pool. I'll just do a quick check of the website so that I don't give you wrong information. But of course, the application process is the same regardless of the scholarship you're applying for. Is that okay?
Thank you very much. That's good information. I will wait for you to get back to me. My last question is going to be, you said that you need a cover page and then research with like 4 to 5 pages. Does this also apply? Is this specifically just for PhDs, or does this also apply for the masters?
It's really not about the level of the scholarship, you know. It is mostly about the each scholarship itself. Each scholarship is unique in its application process, application requirements, right? So sometimes to some scholarships, they are going to ask you for a 4-page. Sometimes on some other scholarships, they don't even specify, write as much as you can. And on some, it is like 500 words. If you find, for example, the Knight Hennessy Scholars Program at Stanford University, that is open right now. So if there's anyone thinking about applying for scholarships to the US, definitely check out the Knight Hennessy Scholars Program at Stanford. What happens with that particular scholarship is that they have different short essays that you can write. And in one of the short essays, they say 630 words that you have to write, right? So it really, what matters is not the level. What matters is the scholarship and the requirements for it. That is very different when you look at a scholarship like Chevening, because with Chevening, people have to write 4 different essays on different, there's networking, there's other topics that they have to write on it, right? So it's not about the level. It's about the uniqueness of each scholarship. Each scholarship has its needs, it has what it wants, and your job is to see what it wants and then apply to it based off of what that particular scholarship wants. Is that okay, Lou?
Thank you very much. As we were talking, I also realized I had another question. What happens if you do get the grant for the scholarship? Yeah, let's say it's for research or PhD, whatever it is you get it, and you don't complete within the required time, or you fail a few modules. What happens? What are the repercussions there?
I think that it depends on different scholarships. There are some that when the time is up, the scholarship ends. no funding comes through anymore, and then now you will have to you turn from being a financed a scholarship student to a privately financed student. And when that happens, then now your job is in order to, is to pay for it, like pay for the remaining of the time that you have left, right? And there are some other scholarships that to stay on the scholarship, you need to have a particular level in terms of performance. If you have a particular level, they will renew your scholarship the next year and probably the next year till you're done with it, because they also want to make sure that don't get a scholarship and then you come on the program and then you start slacking around. So if that is the condition of your scholarship, then know that you have to really stay on your toes. But if it is a scholarship where if you don't finish within the required time and it just the funding stops going through and then you now turn to a privately financed student, you know that that is now you to come up with that money. It's on you to come up with it and finish your studies paying for it. Or maybe you can, I've seen some scholarships where it's for like 1 year to finish your studies, 6 months to finish your studies. I've seen funding structures, funding opportunities that are structured that way. So sometimes you can actually also get some funding to pay for it, or you will have to figure it out by yourself. Still goes back to each scholarship is unique. Your job as a scholarship applicant is to see how is the scholarship you're applying for structured. What are the terms and conditions, and you make sure you meet all the terms and conditions. Is that okay, Lou?
That is okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep coming up with more questions. One more. What happened? Is a scholarship based? Is it the same as like a bursary? What's the difference between the two? And once you get it and you complete your studies, do you have to pay back the funds that you were given, or what happens there?
No, 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 no. You don't have to pay back. You don't have to pay back. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever come across any scholarship that you had to pay for. You had to pay back. Yeah, there are study loans. There are student loans. Those, when it's a loan, okay, fine, you have to pay it back, right? But when it is a scholarship, I don't remember seeing. I've been doing this for quite a while now. I don't remember seeing any place where you had to pay back anything. That's the first thing. The second one, what is the difference between bursaries and scholarships? Mostly when you look at things like fellowships, awards, grants, bursaries, most of this are actually for example, project based, or let's say that you are doing a particular research on a particular area and you're looking for funding in order to do that. That can be called like a bursary, a grant, a fellowship. But when you are going to study, let's just say you're going for a bachelor's program, a master's program, and you're going to go through that program, let's say for the next 3, 4, 5 years, and you get like a fully funded scholarship or a partially funded scholarship, that usually lasts throughout the period. But if it is like a project-based kind of a thing, when the project comes to an end, it comes to an end also. All right? Is that okay, Lou?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I've learned so much.
Alrighty, you're welcome. Gary, thank you so much for being patient. Do you have a question or you have some resources to share with us?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I have a question about non-traditional doctoral programs. I noticed that a lot of fellowships or scholarships are for more of the traditional kind where you go full-time. So just some advice on how to find funding for doctoral programs within STEM, so engineering, that will pay for tuition and fees and things like that. Thank you.
All right, Gary, just a follow-up question. You said non-traditional kind of PhD. So which one is it? Is it scholarships for non-traditional kind of studies, or it is scholarship for STEM?
So STEM, non-traditional meaning not attending full-time.
All right, so you're looking
or
for
professional doctorate. So yes, so not a PhD, a professional doctorate.
All right, so you're looking for a funding program for a scholarship where you're probably going to be maybe like a part-time student, or you'll be working and studying. Like, am I getting it correctly?
Yes, part-time study, and it falls, I guess, into the category of professional doctorate as opposed to a doctorate of philosophy.
Yeah.
So like, I have a doctorate of business administration, doctorate of engineering, those type of doctorates.
All right, all right. Okay, cool. I understand like where you're coming from with the question. The thing is that most of the, just as you said, non-traditional, even with the scholarship program at Harvard, that Knight Hennessy Scholars Program that I was talking about, one of the things that is written there distinctly is that this is actually scholarships for those that are going to be studying full-time. And because they have part-time options in the university, you can actually work and study at the same time. And they said that if you are going to be a part-time student, you cannot apply for the scholarship. You're not eligible to apply for the scholarship. So what I'll say, Gary, is that reach out to professors. We were just talking earlier about professors and how how to cold email professors or whatever, and thinking about maybe we should have a room on this type of cold emailing professors, or how to figure out when professors don't respond, what do you do? So the advice I'll give is reach out to professors, and you're in the STEM field, so there is a lot of money actually around STEM fields right now, like at all levels, like bachelor's, master's, PhD, part-time workers, anything related to STEM. There's a lot of funding around it right now. So check out the professors. If you speak a particular university, check out the professors, and when you check out the professors, look through what grants they have, and what are the grants in, because it matters whatever a professor is researching. If you can come on as the professor's research assistant, or to work in their lab, and it goes towards like your PhD program while you're working with that professor, because your research interests align, that is like a great way to go about it, because you get to help the professor gets to help you, while he or she already has funding in order to get through that particular program, right? So I'll say professors are like the easiest way out, in order to not easiest, but it's going to be like the option when you are looking for this type of non-trad, you want to be a part-time student. So if there is a grant awarded to a particular professor, the professor knows exactly how much value you're going to add to his or her research, to his or her lab, and knows how much time, in terms like the commitment you can give to the program. Then what will happen is that the professor can say, okay, fine, if you're working, that's okay, but I need you in the lab at this day on this time, and you're probably going to be like my research assistant, or like sometimes maybe a teaching assistant, and then all of this is going to add up to whatever it is that you're doing. Then he or she becomes like your main supervisor. So I think that that is like the way to go about it, researching those professors, seeing how much grants they have, and then seeing if you can serve as either a teaching assistant or a research assistant to them, while telling them that, all right, this is actually my situation, I'm working, so I'm actually going to want to do this part-time, and then see which professors are cool with that. And if you're able to get some professors who are okay with it, then you can go ahead and do it. Is that okay, Gary?
Yes, thank you for that piece of advice. I guess aside from reaching out to the professors, I guess advice on other outlets or places to look that offer scholarship fellowships that cover the category I mentioned.
I don't personally. I don't remember seeing scholarships that fund part-time PhD programs, or part-time study programs. I don't remember seeing it, so I really wouldn't have like any particular pointers to give you. If I'll have to do, unless there are certain scholarships where another thing that I think you can do is you can piece together the scholarship. There are scholarships where you have like essays, like essays where through it, or different, not just essays, like there are some that are like photo contests and different projects that you can get to do, and then you get, let's say, $5,000 here, $10,000 there, $1,000 here, $500 there, and then you piece it together, and then put it like you piece it, and then as you put it together, then you apply, and then you use that money in order to sponsor your project. If not, I don't remember seeing so my options are just piecing it together, or speaking to a professor. That's all I can remember about, like, if someone is doing part-time, what are the options.
Okay, thank you so much.
Alrighty, you're welcome, Gary. Thank you so much for joining and raising your hand and coming up on stage. Hello, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you have a question, or you have a resource to share with us?
Hello, CV. I actually have a question. It's nice to be here. So, initially, before you started, you mentioned about a community on a website or something where there were individuals who have scholarships that provide mentorship or guidance to people who are applying for scholarships? Because I've been trying to get scholarship spots. The eligibility criteria, the deadline date, I actually started recently. So this has been a situation for me, finding the right scholarship with the proper timing. So I was thinking maybe you could, because I've looked through your bio here and also on Twitter, but I could not find the website or the link to the community you spoke about. So if you could direct us to it or something like that, and then talk about the community itself.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Michael, for coming up on stage and asking your question. So what we are doing is we are introducing scholarship tutoring to the to what we do on learnhowtogetaScholarship.com. We curate scholarships for international students. We have experts that work with you in order to apply for your scholarship. Like if you're writing a personal statement, a research proposal, working through even just listing scholarships, like getting the list of scholarships, curating scholarships. That is actually what I do on the website, and then writing your CV. So we work with students one-on-one, and then we have like group classes where we work with students also to prepare them to apply for scholarships. And what we are introducing right now is scholarship tutoring. And on scholarship tutoring, what we are doing is we are creating a community where scholarship seekers, we introduce scholarship seekers to scholarship grantees, and they serve as mentors. These scholarship grantees are going to work with you from the start of your application to that particular scholarship till the end. So let me give an example. What is our scholarship for today? Our scholarship for today is the Edward Wilson Biodiversity Postdoctoral Fellowship at Harvard University, right? That is our scholarship for today. So if you say that, all right, this is the scholarship that I want to apply for, you tell us about the scholarship. What we are going to do is we are going to serve as a platform that connects you with a grantee who has had that same scholarship, and then they are going to guide you from the start till the end when you apply for that particular scholarship. So that is if you go to the website, if you tap my on Twitter, you're going to find there's a Linktree link on Twitter that will take you to the website, as well as there is a Linktree link in my bio on Instagram where you're going to find a link to the website. So all of them, it's learnhowtogetaScholarship.com. So if you go there and you go to the tab that says scholarship tutoring, then you can see the details there. You see the sign up forms there. You can sign up, and then we are going to work with you in order to introduce you to those particular scholarship grantees. And also, if you don't have a scholarship, if you don't know what scholarships you're applying for, you don't even know where to start from, what you can do is you can book a discovery call. Then we are going to see how we can get through, first of all, securing scholarships for you. And then when we get those scholarships, then we can now move on to the next stage, which is, all right, how do we find tutors for you? But if you already have your scholarship and you're coming with us telling us, all right, this is my scholarship, I'm applying for Chevening, I want Chevening tutors, we are going to put you in contact with Chevening tutors, and they are going to guide you from the start of applying till the end of it. Is that okay, Michael?
Yes, that's very good. Thank you. You spoke about the call where we could have a one-on-one conversation, something like that, with someone. So how all this is on the website, on the through the Linktree link on your bio on Twitter? Yes.
Yes, everything is on the website.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, sounds good. If you have some other questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram and I'm going to respond to you. Alrighty, Albertina, thank you so much for coming up on stage. Do you have a question or you have a resource to share with us?
Oh, hi, CV. I have I think 3 questions that I would like to ask. The first question is it possible to apply for a UK scholarship without taking the English test? And then my second question is, how long does it take for a scholarship to respond? Like, I've applied for one scholarship, it was the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship, but yeah, until now, I haven't heard from them, so I'm wondering, like, for how long does it take for them to respond? And then the third question is, does the master's proposal, the master's scholarship proposal, or just the normal proposal for a master's, does it need approval, like maybe to be approved by someone with a PhD or so before you submit it or so? And also, this one, I wanted to find out from you if you can help with the problem statements, like those statements that you want me to submit when they're applying for scholarship, because most scholarships apply for, most scholarships, they ask for those problems statements. Like, will you be able to assist? Thank you.
Alrighty, that was a series of questions. Okay, let me see if I remember them in order. So the first question is, can you apply to scholarships to the UK without an English test or whatever? There are if you come from a country where you're considered native speakers, and we can have a debate about who is a native speaker versus who isn't. And unfortunately, the world is the way it is. It's not a fair world. So you can actually be someone who is good at English. You spoke English throughout your life, and you're still going to have to show those certificates. So the scholarships, I think that I don't remember seeing scholarships to English speaking countries where you are not asked to show some proof that you can communicate in that particular language. It's the same case for scholarships to any other country where you're going to be studying in a particular language. I think that, yeah, we can have a debate about, is it extremely necessary for you to be a native speaker or just to prove that you can speak. But the main idea about it is that they want to make sure that you can get through your program successfully. They want to make sure that they're not setting you up for failure, right? Like if you come into a program and you have to learn the language before going through your study program, it's going to be twice as hard for you. So I don't remember seeing scholarships to English speaking countries that they don't require the language, or even to any country if you're going to be studying in a language. There are some programs where, like for example, the German scholarships. I spoke about a German scholarship the other day where they actually give you an opportunity to learn the language. I think it's like 6 months before, like 6 months online before you actually get to like to Germany to do your studies. So there are some scholarships that are structured that way. But for this language test, I always advise students, please, please, please don't run away from it. Don't run away from it. It is something that it's an investment. If you're going to be applying for scholarships, it is an investment that you're making. You're going to need it. If you're going to be applying for 10 scholarships throughout the year of 2020, please just take that test right now. Keep it somewhere. And when you keep it, you can now apply for scholarships back to back before it expires, which I don't know why it expires. Like we can have a debate about why does it have to expire. All right. Anyhow, so please take the test and keep it such that you really do not have to go back and forth. It just eases your process. That's the best thing that I'm going to say, because trying to figure out which scholarships, I see some like places where they're like, this scholarships where you don't need an IELTS, this one that you don't need TOEFL, and I'm just like, yes, you can find some random ones left and right, but if you are going to be a serious scholarship applicant who wants to take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way, that is definitely a document that you should get. Secondly, your question was, the second question was what? Can you remind me of your second question? What was your second question, Albertina?
Okay, the second question was, how long does it take for a scholarship to respond?
All right. Okay, cool. Most times, when you find many scholarships, they always give you the timeline when students are going to have the results of the scholarship. I don't know with, you said you're applying for what, the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Program, is that it?
Yes, it's that one.
All right. Duda, is there when are students supposed to be informed about the results of the scholarship, or do students get informed about when? Is there a timeline for when students are going to know the results of the scholarship? I'm asking Duta, who is in the followed by speaker section, because she is the country representative for Erasmus Mundus for Kenya, and she knows a lot about those scholarships in Europe, and of course Britain has Brexited, but I think she still has information that she can share with us. Duta, is there a time when students are informed, like this is when the results are going to come out?
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Sumi. So for Commonwealth, yes, they will definitely tell you the timeline for which you will get the results. And of course, it depends on whether you went through your country and what they call nominations. So, which means that for Commonwealth countries, usually you possibly might need to be nominated by either your university or an organization that has an affiliation with Commonwealth. So that is something that you would need to check with your own country and see. But for sure, once you apply for it, they definitely will give you a certain timeline within which they will tell you the results whenever they are out. So I guess that is something that you would have to wait as soon as you put up your application.
Alrighty, Albertina. So that that is your answer to the question, and everybody, please do want to follow Nduta, because Nduta and I we host like amazing rooms here on Clubhouse on Wednesdays on all the soft skills you need, when you're going to be studying abroad, when you're going to be living in a foreign country, you'll be studying in a foreign country. She hosts like amazing rooms on Wednesdays, still under the Study Abroad Club. So if you don't follow the club, please do to click that house above my head, go and follow the club, such that you get informed when we start those rooms on Wednesdays. And you can, when you see the rooms schedule, please do to RSVP it, such that you're informed and you don't forget, because you can also forget. And of course, I host one scholarship a day every day at what time is it? It's 11 p.m. Japan Standard Time, and I need to check what time that is in different parts of the world. I have it on my Instagram page, but I have to check back. So if you come back here, you're going to still find us like answering your questions. So it is 3 p.m. West African time, 2 p.m. GMT, and 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're not able to ask your question today, for everyone, that's okay. Please come back. I host one scholarship a day daily, and I've been doing it since May 19th. So it's okay. I'll be here when you come back to ask your questions. Alrighty, Albertina, what was your third question?
My third question was, okay, sorry, thank you, Tuda. I really appreciate that on the previous question, but I'm still not so certain about the answer, that you have to be nominated by your country. Yeah, that one I'm not getting it so well, since we are just checking out scholarships and then you apply. Okay, and then Dr. CV, my third question was, does the master's scholarship need to be approved by somebody with a master's or so before I send it in, before I submit it, or do I just check out for who's going to help and then submit if I feel like it's better?
Alrighty, Duda, do you want to take it first, or should I go first?
Oh, you can go first, but what I was mentioning actually for Commonwealth is like some of the programs that they will have, because they have lots of them, shared scholarships, they have master scholarships, they have PhD scholarships, etc. And some of them you would need to actually speak to your country to see whether you need to get a nomination first for you to be able to be put on the application. That's what I meant. Others, other Commonwealth applications can actually just be straightforward. So that is what I was mentioning. You would need to at least read the fine print and see whether you need the nomination first. For some, you don't need it for sure. It depends on which type of Commonwealth program you are applying for. That's what I meant.
Okay, thank you, Tuda. I really appreciate.
Alrighty, and your question was, when you say that, does it have to be approved by somebody? Were you talking about should my research proposal be approved by somebody in order for me to submit it? Is that the question, Albertina?
Yes.
No.
Basically it.
All right, the answer is no, it doesn't, because your research proposal is what you want to study. You alone knows what you want to study. It's linked to your life goals. It's linked to your your future plans, and the things that you are curious about. So nobody has to approve it in order for you to apply for whatever scholarship that you want to apply for. The main thing is that the strength of your research proposal is extremely important, because when you see most scholarships at the master's level, at the PhD level, they always ask for, like our scholarship for today, a research proposal, right? And the strength of your proposal really, really matters. And if you apply with a proposal that is not strong enough, it's not it's a weak proposal, the tendency, because it's a competition, right? Like you want your studies to be funded, you want to get you want it to be paid for, so you're going to be competing with other people. So the only thing to make sure about your research proposal is that it is strong enough. It is what's the word, it is something that is important, it is needed, you feel a research gap, and of course, as they always say in the academic field, that you're able to contribute something towards knowledge, right? We worked with a student a couple of months ago, I think it was in March, who was applying to a scholarship in the Netherlands, and he hadn't finished he was applying for a PhD when he hadn't finished his master's. And if I've actually put the picture of the reply that they sent to him, they told him that we are really appreciative of the fact that you applied for the scholarship, and we see that you're not yet ready to get into the program, but because of how strong your research proposal was, we are going to recommend you to finish, and then when you finish your program, we are going to recommend you for a particular for another scholarship. So sometimes that happens because of the strength of your research proposal. And he worked with Dr. Mariam, who is on our team, who she's in charge of research proposals on our team. She's the expert there, and she worked with him, and that was the response that that kid got from the scholarship providers that he applied for. So yes, nobody should check it, but also you need to make sure that it is strong enough such that you can compete in whatever scholarship that you are applying for. Alrighty, Albertina, what was your last question?
Okay, my last question was about the problem statements. Like, if you be able to help out, like maybe, or you guys will create a website where we can also learn on how we should really structure our problem statements and so forth.
Alrighty, I think a problem statement is same as a research proposal, right? Like that is what that's the problem you have noticed within your community or something in your research field that you want to contribute to. So as I was saying, yes, Dr. Mariam, who is one of the experts on our team, that is what she does with learnhowtogetthescholarship.com. She works with students towards figuring out their research proposals, and she lets you. It's like workshops. Even the same thing with Duta. And Duta is on the team, and she works with students to help them figure out their letters that they are going to be writing, the personal statements and all of those letters that they always ask when you apply for scholarships. It's like a workshop kind of a thing where, yes, she's there to guide you, but you also have to walk through the process. She helps you figure out your thoughts, and then you probably write like a version, and then she checks. But that also depends on what service you choose to apply for, because on our website we have group classes, we have one-on-one classes. So if you apply for a group class, we are going to have like a session with you. We are going to give you like the general knowledge that you need in order to apply for it. But if you apply for a one-on-one classes with us, what is going to happen is it's going to be like a personal workshop. You have a workshop first of all with me, where I'm going to like pick out scholarships based off of your strengths. I'm going to pick out like what scholarships are going to sell you better, and then when we are done with that, you go to Dr. Mariam, and y'all are going to work on your research proposal. When we are done with that, we are going to send you to Nduta, and you're going to work with her towards all the essays that you need to apply. And when you are done with that, we are going to send you to Kion, who is the last person on our team, and they are going to help you he's going to work with you towards getting your CV ready. But that is part of, and this is done throughout a period of 3 months. So those who sign up for the one-on-one classes, we work with them for a period of 3 months. So that is what we do on the website. If not, you can actually just say that, all right, this is a scholarship I want to apply for, and I just want a tutor, and we are going to introduce you to various tutors that can help you, just give you the general overviews from the start of your application till the end of it. Is that okay, Albertina?
Yes, thank you so much, Sylvia. I really appreciate it. So I'll go check out their website, and then thank you.
Alrighty, you're welcome. Oh my goodness, we had so many questions. Normally, I always try to keep one scholarship a day short and sweet. This is usually it's normally below 30 minutes. Like sometimes it's like 15 minutes, but there was like so many people today. I'm so sorry, you guys. Did people who were already following me on Instagram, I'm sure, and on Twitter, they're like, where is the scholarship though? You haven't tweeted it out yet. That's because we had like lots of questions, and I was focused trying to answer everyone's question. Alrighty, I've tweeted out the link to the scholarship, you guys. I've tweeted it out. So definitely go to Twitter, like the tweet, retweet the tweet, share it within those within your community. And if the scholarship is not for you, that is okay. Be a vessel. Spread it to a friend, a brother, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, someone in your local church, someone in your local community, some kid on the block that you know is smart enough in order to apply for that scholarship. Spread it. Be that thread that spreads this information to them. And also, I'm going to take a screenshot of the scholarship, and I'll put it in my Instagram stories. So I hope you all follow me on Instagram, because there you're going to find the links to the scholarship in my Instagram stories. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Sylvie, and I am the founder of learnhowtogetthescholarship.com. It is a website where we curate scholarships for international students, and we prepare students to apply for scholarships. We do that through group classes, through one-on-one classes, and through standalone services. So if you need any of that help, go to the website, learnhowtogetascholarship.com, book or sign up, and we are going to work with you. Also, we are introducing scholarship tutoring, which is something I'm really excited about, because we are going to be creating a community of scholarship grantees and scholarship seekers. If you come to us with a scholarship that you want to apply for, we are going to link you with someone who has had the scholarship, and they are going to work with you from the start to when you start applying till the end of it. So if you need a tutor, definitely go to the website and sign up. I have a YouTube channel, you guys, so I hope that you all go check it out. There are tons of scholarships there. I always recommend the top 10 fully funded series. If a fully funded scholarship is what you're after, you need to have that list. And if you go through all if you binge watch that top 10 fully funded series on YouTube, what is going to happen is by the time you're done with it, you're going to have at least 15 fully funded scholarships, where you now start sorting through, like, okay, when am I going to be applying for any one of them? I always tell you, all my sweet spot in terms of applying for scholarships is start 1 year early. Start 1 year early, such that you can get all your documents in order and you don't have to fight with deadlines, because most scholarships have hard deadlines. They are not going to let you come even 1 day later. They are not going to let that. So please make sure that you go ahead, check all of those things out. This conversation is brought to you by the Study Abroad Club. So please click that tiny house above my head, go and follow the club, and I'm going to invite you all to be members. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If I wasn't able to talk to you today, I can still talk to you tomorrow. Come back, and we are going to do this again. This has been good. This has been fun. Thank you all so much. Bye, everybody. Let me go to bed. Bye, everybody.